All right. Hello, Secret Agents, and welcome to our new agent orientation. My name is Jesse Macpherson, and I'm coming at you live here from my home office in Phoenix, Arizona, where the global headquarters here of Seacret is in Scottsdale, Arizona. I know we have a lot of agents that are coming on from all over the world, and I do want to make sure that you know that some of the details I will be sharing with you on this new agent orientation are pertaining particularly to the U.S. market or North America. Now, the majority of everything I'm going to share here is identical for Latin America. It's very similar for Europe. There are some differences in Africa and Asia, so make sure that you connect directly with your support team in your specific region to make sure that you understand all of the details of our getting started in compensation. So that is our little disclaimer as we get going here. But for those of you that are brand new, I want to welcome you to Seacret. I want to congratulate you on making an incredible decision to get started in free enterprise into business. Now, for some of you, this may not be your first rodeo. Maybe you've done a business before. Maybe you've been in direct sales or a home-based business or network marketing. And for many of you, this is your first go at this. And I remember when I got started 20 years ago, I was really excited, but I was also really nervous. So the goal here today is to get those kind of like butterflies sometimes we have and get the excited butterflies to kick the crap out of the nervous butterflies. Okay? So you're at your highest level of excitement, but obviously your lowest level of knowledge when you're new. And we want to kind of start leveling this out a little bit. So, but in the beginning of your business, I want you to understand it is a little bit more almost kind of ignorance on fire. I don't want you to feel like you need to become a wild expert in marketing. You don't need to be a esthetician. You don't need to be a nutritionist. You don't need to be a travel agent, a club lifestyle coach. You know, none of that stuff is required in getting your business started, because really when you get started, you are really the messenger of a beautiful message. And we want to teach you how to drive this vehicle. An analogy I was given many years ago is that in order to drive a car, you don't need to know exactly how everything works in the car. In fact, I know when I get in my car and I press that button, I don't really know exactly what happens, but I know enough how to get that thing down the road. I haven't read the owner's manual, but I know it's there and it works for me. But knowing the owner's manual and knowing how to take apart my car and put my car back together doesn't necessarily mean I'm getting anywhere towards a destination. Our goal here today is to give you these few points here to drive your business, drive your vehicle called Seacret towards getting you towards the goals that you're looking to accomplish. Now, today is going to be a new agent orientation, as well as a little bit of a training and education in terms of our business model and Seacret and getting started and some of the pitfalls. So a lot of what I'm going to share with you today is not just things to do. I'm going to share with you a lot of things not to do, or things that have knocked people out of their business before they even really got started. Because I've seen this happen many times where people get started and then they get derailed very quickly. And a lot of that is because of mismanaged expectations. So I want to help kind of re-educate some of those expectations and help you get started, because you joined for a reason. And whether that reason was to make a little bit, maybe that reason was to make a lot, maybe it was just to get around a positive group of people that were going to uplift you instead of, you know, kind of push you down, kind of like the people around a lot of the times that are just going, well, how you doing? And it's like, well, hanging in there. And it's like, don't let go. You know, maybe you want to be around a group of people here that's inspiring you to live life on your terms and be able to go out there and experience more. And it's one of the things that I'm so grateful to be a part of this community, so grateful to be a part of this company. So for those of you, again, I haven't met, my name is Jesse. I've been blessed to be with Seacret for the last 11 years now. And I got my start in this profession almost 20 years ago. So I'm not going to share with you so much exactly what I did when I started my business 11 years ago in Seacret. I'll give you a few examples, but I really want to share with you how this thing started for me 20 years ago, because I can tell you, I made a lot of mistakes and I can save you a lot of pain and a lot of time from getting started with some of the issues that I had of not understanding what it really takes to get my business going. So first thing is first, is we want to make sure that we get you connected with Seacret. Now, I'm going to share with you some resources that we have put together, but all of you guys have a support team. You have a direct, what we call sponsor or enroller, the person that enrolled you in the business. Now, a lot of the times that person that introduced you to the business will be new. Okay. And so it's very difficult to have new people teaching new people how to become successful in something, right? So, and that's why we have a system in place so you can get directly connected to the source. You guys have probably heard the telephone game where you pass information, they pass information, they pass information, and before you know it, none of what was said was correct. We want to make sure that's not happening to you in your business where you're getting a small percentage of correct information. We want you to plug directly into the source of your support. Now, your sponsor or your enroller also has a support team, right? And what we call an upline. This upline are people that are financially vested in helping you become successful. And so I think it's important to understand who those people are. And if you're new and you haven't met them yet, contact your support team and you can look in your back office. I will show you where you can see who your upline Royale is, silver or gold or platinum, some of the people that have hit these ranks inside of your business. Okay. Now, there are businesses inside of Seacret that have grown so large with hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that they put together a team. And a lot of these teams, what they have a website, a system, they have training calls, they'll have special things that you can connect to. And I want to make sure that you connect with your support team. And there's a lot of teams here from across the world. So, and there's a lot of structured support. The idea behind this support is for no one to ever feel like they're on an island by themselves, that you're never alone, that you always have access to our support team, whether it's in your country or in your city, or it's online with our community and our team community. So I want to share with you guys our website that we put together, which gives you access to a few things that I believe that will dramatically help you in getting your business started. Okay. And that is our website, which is teamsynergyagents.com. So teamsynergyagents.com. Okay. And if you get to our site here, and let me get my mouse, this will be a little bit easier. Okay. So there's some great resources on here. Now, this is not the only team site, but there's some things on here I recommend that you get a chance to do. For those of you guys that are on WhatsApp, we have a WhatsApp broadcast communication or Telegram. We send the same thing on both. So if you're only on one, you don't probably need them both. The second thing is our Seacret Agent Bulletin Board. This is our North American updates. It also has a lot of global updates from Seacret that can connect you with all of our lives and our Zooms. Then we have our Team Synergy Facebook page and our Team Synergy Instagram account. So these are places that we can give you information that is in real time as to what trainings, presentations, events, and replays. So a lot of times people are going to ask, we don't expect you to be on everything live. Where can I find the replays of that? You'll find that here on our site. Okay. Now, also, you're going to see up and coming events here in North America. We have our RTEs or our Seacret regional training events that are coming up here January 14th in about 7 markets in the US and Canada. This is where you would register. Next, you have our next convention coming up, and we have our playbook coming up at the beginning of January in Europe and Italy. I can't wait to see you guys there, as well as in Georgia. That is going to be for the Americas, and a chance for you to where you can register and get the details on that. But a lot of the quick resources you'll find here at the bottom. In the new year, we're going to be launching our new Club Fit Challenge, which we're really excited about. And there's some quick resources you can see here as far as PowerPoints and presentations. But you will also find up on the top, just to go through this just real quickly, okay, a couple, didn't mean to click on that. Hold on one sec. I am getting all of these different notifications. Okay, so the first thing here is our calendar. So our calendar is going to show what are the events that we're doing here for our team. And we have a Tuesday night presentation we do every single week for Synergy for the organization. And the replays are going to be available. I'll show you where you can find all that. And then we do live presentations every single day. These happen at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the only day we do a training is Tuesday. Every other day we do a presentation. Now here, if you click on this, you'll be able to see the presentations that are happening. You'll be able to see the overviews, the times, the link, all the details, where you can click and how to get on live. Okay, so all of that information is right here on our calendar. You can't really miss it. Also below this, you're going to see the presentations that are here and the replays of all of our previous past events. So if you want to see previous new agent orientations, previous Tuesday night trainings, previous live presentations that we do, and any up and coming leader-led events. You're going to see all that stuff here on our website. So whether it be here and online, and obviously from a calendar from all of our past events. So if you click here, you'll be able to see all of our past events, from our trainings to our hours, powers, our new agent orientations, and any of our secret business overviews where you can watch. And this is a great resource here. And one of the reasons why, if you click on overviews, you can see there's great presentations done by me and other leaders, Pamela Pacheco, so Muzaffar, Austin Zuloff, right? So Lisa Head, where you can see different people do different styles of presentations. Okay. Next thing that you're going to see here under resources on the top of the site is documents. So we have some of our updated documents, whether it be our compensation. We're going to be creating separate document resource centers for the different countries. Okay. But we also have an order form on here, the compensation plan, one of our challenges, no challenges, our PowerPoints. So we've got PowerPoints from different languages and different countries, and we're going to be updating these constantly. To know if you have one of the most recent PowerPoints, okay, where you would do is we always put and label the date of the PowerPoint of the most recent update. So if you see that your PowerPoint downloaded has a different date or an older date than October 25th or whatever it is, you might want to check to see you got the most recent updated version of our PowerPoint. Outside of that, we've got some videos on here that are presentations for you to be able to download and use. We also have a lot of these in our resource center and our Team Synergy app, which you can download and use as well, which you're going to see some great training videos for that. But outside of that, we also have updates from our Africa, which we just loaded some new presentations, some new videos for some of the different markets for our market in Africa. We also are beginning adding videos for our European market in France and Italian and Hungarian and the different languages. So that way we can support our organization globally as we continue to grow. But under training, we have a tab here called our new agent launch. Okay. Now there's some back office basics for those of you guys that want to know a few things on how to look up your commissions, when you receive commissions, how to set up your Paylution. So there's a lot of little great videos here to teach you how to do that. There's also a great tab here for personal development, takes you to like pretty much every audio you could possibly imagine. But under our new agent launch, which we're going to focus on right now, this is the video that was going to replace this video that you see right here, is the one we're recording right now. But it also has a document for you to download called our Team Synergy New Agent Launch. So I'm going to take a second here to go through this, and we're going to kind of take a few pieces of this and making sure that you have access to the resources to get plugged into the organization so you never miss out on anything, and then set up a game plan that's specifically tailored for you. Now, these new agent orientations, I'm going to be doing some generals and some specifics, but this is really something that you want to do, and the person that introduced you and the person that you're working with. Now, I also want you to understand that a lot of the times, the person that enrolled you is not going to be your quote unquote mentor. All right. They could be new, just like you. And I remember when I was new, I joined, the person that introduced me was new. So it was like the blind leading the blind. Nobody knew what they were doing, but they were smart enough to introduce me to somebody and my support team that knew what they were doing. So my recommendation is to make sure that you have this new agent orientation, or what we call a game plan, with someone in your support team that is Royale and or above, something like that, that knows what your plan is, what your goals are. Because in the beginning of your business, you're what I call the most fragile. And part of the reason why you're the most fragile in your business is it's kind of like an infant coming home from the hospital. You can't bring an infant home and be like, food's in the fridge, see you later next week. No, they're not going to make it. So a lot of times new agents are kind of like infants. They a lot of times don't know what to do, where to go, or how to get their business launched or started. So it is our responsibility as agents, and a lot of agents that are watching this, to make sure that our new people get connected and know what to do and how to do it. Whether or not they do it is not up to us. It is up to them. Okay. So, but let's go through this document here real quick. And as we go through this, let's see if I can open it. What am I going to do here? So what am I going to do? I'm going to open it. Hold on one second, guys. I can do this. I know how to work Zoom. This is not my first go around. Here we go. So from this new agent orientation, okay, so there's a few things you can print this out. Okay, so it's got all our details on there. It has access to your customer care. So customer care, 877-680-9622 is an incredible resource. They also have a chat function on your website where you can chat and ask questions, and they get back to you very quickly during their normal business hours. So they're a great resource for you. Do not hesitate to call them. Hey, what happened with this? What happened with this? Shipping. Most of the questions that you have a resource center that is not your support team. Now, you have to remember, the person that introduced you and people in your support team are independent agents just like you. Most of them are spare time or part-time, and they do this as a side business. And so expecting people in your support team to be available 24/7 or every day is not only unreasonable, it's going to probably put you in a false expectation. However, customer care is available on all these hours for you to call down to get questions answered, find out the details of your business. The best thing to use your support team is for presentations and to be able to get your business move forward of income producing activities. Now, underneath this, you're going to notice a couple of sections here. First is my why. So we're going to start here because this is one of the most valuable pieces of our business. And I've heard it said many times, reasons come first, answers come second. You find a big enough reason why, you will figure out how. So what do you want to accomplish in your first 30 days? Okay. What is your goal in your first 30 days? Where would you like to be in 5 years from now? Now, we might not get too specific about this, but it's important to think about, is that if you have a big reason why, I can promise you the how becomes simple. With no reason why, the how becomes impossible, because there's no resourcefulness towards getting it done. And so we need to make sure that you have a strong reason why. Now, you might not have your entire 5-year vision, mission statement baked out in this first few minutes of getting started in your business. And a lot of times people that are new think to themselves, I don't even know what's really possible. I've never done this before. And there's a lot of times even self-doubt, like, does this thing really work? Because I got in my head a lot of times is like, can this really happen? Does this really work for me? Are they even telling the truth? I remember coming to presentations and being like, these people seem way too happy. Are they like paid actors? Like, what is going on? Because I was around a group of people that, seemed to be so excited about what they were doing. And so first of all, is figuring out your why. Now, underneath there is going to be your commitment. Okay. So this is an important part of our getting started process is you need to determine how many hours a week you're going to put into your business. Now, our job is to help you build your business, but we're going to be helping you build your business. Your job is to build your business. So you're an independent business owner. You can do as much, you can do as little as you want. Now, there are times you're going to do more. There's times you're going to be able to do less, but we want to take this and treat this like a business, because if you treat it like a hobby, it will usually cost you like a hobby. But if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. Now, treating it like a business or treating it like maybe even like a part-time job is there's an amount of time you're scheduled to put in your business and things that are expected for you to do in that time. So in our business, unfortunately, we don't have anyone watching over you saying that you're doing productive work or unproductive work where we can hire or fire you if you do unproductive things. So a lot of times people spend a lot of time in their head thinking about things, thinking about their business, and very little time doing their business. And they give this misunderstanding or a false expectation of, I've invested all this time into my business and I haven't seen a big reward for it yet. And I don't want you to be one of those people, that signed up for the gym, thinks about the gym, thinks about the gym, thinks about the gym, and then thinks the gym doesn't work. Because I don't know if you know, that's not how the gym works. It'd be great if I could sign up for the gym and somebody could go and do the work and I would get the abs. Man, I would sign up twice for that gym, but that's not how it works, right? So first thing is, what's your commitment? How many hours a week are you going to put into building your business? Now, what's great is you get to determine this. So if you're ever overwhelmed in your business, it's your fault. Right? And the reason I say that is because it's your business. You can do as much or as little as you want. And our goal here is this: I'd rather you have the right schedule. Now, if you're overwhelmed, it's usually because you're trying to be at somebody else's speed or somebody else's pace. It is not their business, it's yours. I would rather you go at a pace that works for you to stay here and be successful than feel overwhelmed because you're trying to do too much and feel like I can't be successful here, I can't do it, or I don't have the time, because that is not true. All right. So we make time for the things that are priorities in our lives, and it doesn't require more than a few hours a week. And you can schedule that around your busy schedule to do your secret business. Now, if you want to speed up your results, we're just going to do more of the same things. But if you consistently do the same things over a period period of time, you will be successful. The way we look at our business is that if you share this with a couple people a day, right, you're going to be able to find people over the course of a year. So it's, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's not 365 apples on New Year's is the plan here. So it's small things that we do every day that get you results in your business. So what is your commitment to your goals? Next is your action steps. We already went over some of these things. Connect with our website, connect with your team. All right. But underneath that, you're going to see a couple things, which is become active. Now, the easy way to become active is to set up your Club Seacret account. But really what everybody here we want to have on is what we call 50/50. Our 50/50 program is basically our vacation a year program. And our vacation a year program is when you are a Club Seacret member for 12 months and you purchase at least 50 QV. In the US, that's $50, but 50 QV, because it's different for Canada and different for Europe a little bit, but 50 QV in products, 50 QV for Club Seacret and 50 QV in products for 12 months, you get a free getaway vacation from Seacret that you can use on your cruise, you can use it on a hotel stay, all right? So all of that is an extra incentive, which we want every person to be on 50/50. Now, I can tell you that you want, as a leader, if you're watching this, to get every person in your business, not just for their benefit, but there's gonna be some very big benefits coming down the pipeline here in terms of this program. Now, before we get into creating your list, launching your business, some contact and inviting here, I do want to show you a couple of things here in your back office that I think are relevant of what you're going to be looking at and focusing on. So as an agent, you have your own replicated website and your own back office system. So when you go to secretdirect.com, right? So you're going to see up on the top left-hand corner, you're going to see login. Now I'm already logged in, but you should see your name and you should be able to see it down here, your name as well on your site. Now, to enroll a customer or to enroll an agent, it's very simple. They can just go right to your replicated site. They can hit shop. And when they hit shop, or they can cruise around our website, they can add things to the cart and then they can check out as a new customer and you will be paid from that right away. Okay, that's the first piece. The second piece of it is enrolling an agent. If somebody enrolls an agent, they would click on to your replicated site, become an agent. When they become an agent, in this particular case, let's say they're becoming an agent in the US, but if you change the country, you can see all the different locations you can enroll agents. They would click become an agent for $49. After that, they would select the package they're getting started with, the preview, the power, or the pro. Okay. Once they select their package, now let's say they're going to do the professional package because it comes with the majority of our products and it comes with 3 getaway vacations. So the value is insane for that. They're going to add that to cart. Once they add that to cart, okay, what's going to happen? It's going to ask if they want to set up their subscribe and save. This is their auto ship of products, and this is going to help qualify them for that 50/50 program. So I recommend that they do that now. You guys are going to see some new updates coming to this second part of our website coming very soon, which I'm excited about. So, and then they can purchase any products a la carte, and then they would check out and they would be enrolled as an agent on your website. Okay, so this is where you're enrolling. But once you've logged in on your back office, you're going to see this is the back office side of the business. Now, there's a couple things here that are really important. Number one, if you log in and you see in that top right-hand corner, that says inactive in red, okay, that should be like warning bells going off in your head, right? Oh my gosh, we got to make sure that we get that fixed. Now, if that shows inactive, it's because your Club Seacret membership hasn't processed, or you haven't purchased at least 100 points in products or had 100 points from customers. So there's really 2 ways to be active, and you can see that here, but the fastest way to be it is Club Seacret and be on 50/50. Now, qualified, it's a second step. Qualified is when you have 2 active agents or 200 in TPQV in order for you to be qualified. But make sure that you are always active. That is super important because this is how you're going to earn commissions. This is how you are able to what we call store or roll over, carry forward volume in your business. And if you're active, it makes sure that you never miss out on any business, any activity that goes in your business, on your team. So make sure you're always commissionable or your points are going to store for you so you don't miss them. So now, the next piece of it here that I want to show you guys, which is where we're going to be focusing, is right here in the middle. There's a lot of great things here on your website, and you can go take a look at and ordering more products, set up your subscribe and save, great reports. But these reports don't have anybody in them, so they're not going to do you a whole lot of good yet. So what we're going to focus on is one thing for our new people. And that one thing here is Rockstar. Now, again, there's a few different variations of this in different countries. So, but for North America, US, Canada, most of Europe and Latin America, you're going to be seeing this. This is our Rockstar Tracker. Your Rockstar Tracker is, we want to help you enroll 4 people with at least 400 in what we call QV. Now, we have 3 packages: a preview, a power, a pro, small, medium, and large. Our smallest package has 400. So our package, any of our packages would help this person qualify as one of the 4 you need to become a rock star. Now, why do we want to do this? When you become a rock star, we're going to double your bonuses for your direct enrollments. We call it your direct bonuses. So we want to see you get your bonuses doubled, and we don't want you to leave money on the table. And how we want to help you do this is enrolling 4 in your first 4 weeks. Now, for many of you, it's not going to take you 4 weeks. You can do it in 4 days. Some people I've seen do it in their first handful of hours, right? So, but regardless of which, we give you plenty of time to do this. But we got to get you into action right away, which is why these new agent orientations are very important. So we're going to be focusing on helping you get to Rockstar. Now, how are we going to go get those 4? I want to give you a few examples, and then you're going to work directly with your support team to help you do this. Remember, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. We're here to help support you on this. Your job is really to invite. Our job is to be able to present, close, and train. And then once you've had some success, you will start actually taking over some of our roles as you build your business and build your team. So going back to our new agent launch document here, we know that the goal for everybody is to become a rock star. So if you guys remember, the rock star, I think, is this, like rock star, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, easy to remember, right? We need 4 people. How many weeks do we have to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got it, right? How much in QV does each person need? 1, 2, 3, 400. Okay, I got it. It's Rockstar. All right, let's go make it happen. Now, in doing this, where we're going to start here is helping you develop your list, right? So on this, we suggest you start with your top 20, right? Now, we want to help you expand this to more and shoot for more, and you all have more. This is usually where a lot of people kind of can get caught up, because a lot of people think of only the people they're talking to. Here would be my recommendation. Do me a favor, if you're on your computer, I want you to do this right now. This is important. Go to your phone. If you have an iPhone and you go to the contacts and you scroll all the way to the bottom. Now on Android, a lot of times it will be at the very top. It might be at the very bottom, depending on what type of phone you have. And it will show you a number of contacts that are in your phone. So I want you to see how many contacts. Now, if you're watching me on Zoom right now on your phone, probably can't do this, all right? But if you're watching me on our website, or just pause the video, I want you to go take a look. I think you're going to be a little surprised. So if you can, real quick, do me a favor. I want you to write in the comment section, how many contacts do you have in your phone, right? So how many contacts are in there, right? So somebody says, oh, over 1,000, right? So 300, 400. 1,300, 3,000. Now, some of these people have thousands, and if you're new, I don't want this to scare you. And the reason why, some of these people have been networking on purpose. But if you also have your contacts synced up to your Facebook or Instagram, you might have hundreds in there. Here's the thing I found out. The majority of people, not everybody, the majority of people have at least 200 contacts in their phone. Okay. And what I want you to do real quick is this, I just want you to scroll through it real quick. Now, let me ask you a question. Out of all these contacts that are in your phone, what percentage of them have skin? Yeah, like most of them, right? So did you know that most of them out there, in fact, all of them, right? So they've got skin. So are they showering? We hope so, right? If they've got some hair, they're probably using a shampoo and they're probably using a conditioner. So they're using products on a daily basis. The other thing is, none of them want to feel worse. I think we can all agree on that. None of them in your contacts is going, man, I wish that my health was even worse than it is today. Everybody would like to have good energy. Everybody would like to have great rest. Everybody would like to have good health, right? Now, do we know if they are going to be interested in our products? Are they going to be interested in our membership? Are they going to be interested in our business? Are there people in your contacts that need to make more money? Yes. Are there people in your contacts that travel and can save with Club Seacret? Yes. Are there people in your business that are looking for a community to support it, to be a part of? Yes. Which ones? We don't know. And this is where the game begins. So the reason why a company would give over half of its revenue to people is because our job is to find out who's interested and who's not. Now, in that being said, our job is not to convince. Our job is not to beg. And I want you to write this down. I will not convince. I will not beg. It's not my job. My job is to sort, right? So, and Jen had it right there in the comments. What we're looking to do is we're looking to share information and collect decisions. Share information, collect decisions. And the easiest analogy that I've got to understand this process is a deck of cards, right? So we all seen probably one of these in the course of our lives, right? How many cards are in a deck of cards? Talk to me, fam. So, right? So 52, people are writing in the notes. Yeah, there's actually 54 cards. Does anybody know why? Yeah, because there's a joker in there somewhere, right? So there's always two jokers, and you're going to run across some of these people out there that are like, oh, you're doing network marketing. That doesn't work. My brother's cousin's dog's sister tried that and nobody makes any money, right? So only the people at the top make the money. And then you go, well, where do you work? And I work at this company. I was like, well, who makes more money? You or the person at the top? And they're like, oh, I mean, like, it is what it is, right? So, but here's the thing. I'm not trying to convince somebody who's uninterested or doesn't like something to like something, right? So if you give someone chocolate and they go, oh, chocolate is gross. How do you not like chocolate? They're weird. I want you to know that. That's not, so you know what I want to do? Instead of convincing them chocolate is good, just go find other people like me who like chocolate, right? So it's a very simple process. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sorting, not convincing. We're going to be sorting through this deck, and here's what we're looking for. Now, in most card games, the most valuable card in the deck is the what? The ace, right? So the most valuable card in most games is the ace. So what we're doing here, oh, I don't need two cameras on me. Let's do this again. And okay. So is if I told you how many aces are in this deck? 4. Isn't that interesting? How many people do you need to become a rock star? 4, right? So the odds of getting an ace are 1 out of 13 because it's 4 out of 52. Now there's a whole bunch of things in here, but what if I told you, I said, look, I'm going to give you $80 for every ace you find. How fast would you flip this deck? You would flip it very fast, okay? So you wouldn't take a lot of time here. Like if we shuffle this deck up and we don't know where the cards are, right? I don't know where they are, right? So, but if we did this and we shuffled this up and I said, okay, so we're gonna shuffle this and I flip over a card, it's a queen. Is this an ace? No, I'm not paying you for queens. I'm paying you to find aces. Now this queen, maybe she's very successful in her business. She's the queen of what she does, but she could be a drama queen. You might not even want her in your business, right? You have a king. Maybe this is the guy who has the big ego. Oh yeah, let me tell you how that all works. Never made any money in network marketing, but can tell you why the company should have listened to them, right? So there's a joker. We don't have that. There's a 4. That's somebody that's probably more on the low side. They're kind of negative, maybe. Nah, those things, blah, blah, blah. You have a jack. This is kind of like the young kid who wants to get started but has no money but is really excited. You got a 3. That's probably a negative person. Somebody that's like, nah, or they avoid your phone call. 4, a 2, somebody is like, for sure negative. Here's an 8. Here's a 6. And this is usually when people end up stepping out of the business or have a problem or want to quit, because they'll call someone in their support team and they're like, Jesse, it's not working. And I'm like, why? What's going on? And they're like, I've talked to everybody I know. No one's interested. And that's just not true. You talk to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I get it feels like everyone, but the odds of getting an ace are 1 out of 13. And a lot of times people think about it just the people they talk to regularly. Again, this is why you want to go back to your phone. Oh, there it is. Look at that. 1 out of 13. That was not planned, but that was really cool. Right. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to, oh, there's another ace. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am flipping card. Here's what I want you to think about is I don't know where the aces are in this deck. I don't know where well, there was a long, look at that. Look at all these people I had to go through that were like, maybe, kind of, sort of, a lot of what I call when-I people. Do you guys know what when-I people are? Do you guys have those too? People are like, when I get the money, when the Christmas is over, when the new year starts, when I get my tax return, when the sun and the moon and the stars align, and like, they're just like, when I, right? So I don't know. There's just some people out there that are going to get started for whatever reason. So, but what I want to do is I want to sort through the deck and find the aces. Now, how are we sorting? We're sorting by we want to invite them to take a look at Seacret. Okay. Now, my personal belief is the best thing to do in launching your business is once you've got your list, is start with your top 10 easiest, top 10 best. That's why we have this top 20 on there. Now, you want to expand it from there, but inside of here, what we want to do is we want to invite. Now, you'll notice there's a little thing down there that talks about your launch party. I recommend you do a live launch party in person and you do one online and schedule this with your support team. What are we doing? We're simply inviting, instead of individually meeting with people, we're inviting a group of people so you can help launch your business. If you open any business today, you would have a grand opening. You would have a grand opening, whether it was an in-person store, whether it was an online business, you would have a grand opening. And what we're doing is we're inviting people to take a look so that way they can decide if they want to purchase or join in your business. Now, your job is not to be attached to the outcome. This is one of those things that's one of the biggest expectations that people have. A lot of times we think some people will and they won't. I called my two for sures when I got started in this business 20 years ago, and both of them said no. In fact, one said good luck. And he didn't mean it when he said it. You guys know what I'm talking about? When there's like, oh, good luck. All right. Maybe that's why I became successful. I probably have to call him and thank him because I was so mad because I didn't want him to be right because he basically was telling me these things don't work. So now the reason I'm sharing that with you is you're going to find people that get it, people that don't, people that are positive, people that are negative. That is not your job to convince them. All right. So, but also don't slow down just because somebody's not interested. Okay, it's okay. Our job here is to help you go get 4. Now, how do you get 4 aces in the deck to guarantee? You got to flip 52 cards. That's it. So that's what I want you to be thinking about. If I get 50 people to take a look at this in these next 4 weeks, I'm going to find my 4 aces of people that want to get started now. Because there are going to be people that will start next month. There'll be people that get started in 5 months, 6 months, a year from now in your business. But we're looking for people that want to get started when? Now. So now, and if you went through your phone book, some of you guys have 100 contacts on your phone, 200 on your phone. Some of you have 3,000 on Facebook. Some of you have a 2,000 on Snapchat or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is. So we are actually connected with a lot of times more people than we know. And we want to get out there and show this information to them very, 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 very quickly. So here's what your job is. When you're brand new inside of Seacret, we want to get you connected to your team, get you connected to your trainings, get you connected to the next event that we have. We want to help you determine your why. We want to help you make sure you know your commitment. And then we want to make sure you build a list. And then we're going to contact that list because our goal is to help you find your first 4. Okay. Now, in that, I think many of you guys are going to find what I call a 4x4. You're going to find at least 4 customers and you're going to find at least 4 agents. Because if we can help you do that, you're going to get customer commissions, you're going to earn free product next month, and you're going to get out there and hit your Rockstar bonuses. Now, your bonuses on Rockstar double, like I said before. So when you enroll 4 people with a preview pack, each preview package in the United States is $40. But if you get 4, each preview pack is worth $80. Okay. Our professional pack is $200 per package. If you get 4 of them, we double it to $400 per package. So somebody says, well, how do I get my business into profit very quickly? Rockstar. Okay. So now that I'm a rockstar, what do I do? Help the people that you brought in become a rockstar. Just teach them what you did. So that way we can help everyone. If you help somebody go rockstar on your left, rockstar on your right, you're going to get promoted to the next business rank. And then you keep doing that. Rinse, cycle, and repeat. So this is where my portion of the work really ends, but your portion of the work really begins because unfortunately, we haven't actually been doing Seacret on this training so far. You've been learning about Seacret, which is important, right? But doing Seacret means actually writing out the list and doing the contact and inviting. Now, I understand this is where things get scary for most people. All right. So, and it's one of those things where people's usually biggest fear, whether it be rejection or what are people going to think or what are people going to say or whatever it is. I understand that. So, but here's what I want you to understand. For the handful of people who are uninterested, you're going to find somebody that will thank you forever for what these products will do for their lives, personally, physically, mentally, emotionally. And you're going to have other people that are going to thank you for the rest of their lives that you introduced them to a business and a community that allowed them to live a lifestyle that they currently don't have. And so do not get distracted by the people that this is not for. And that's okay. It's not for, because there's so many people out there that are literally taking a knee at night, praying for a product that will help them with a situation or praying for an opportunity to have something different than they currently have right now. Because most people are in a situation where even if they wanted to do more, even if they wanted to earn more, they can't in what they're currently doing. So go out there, let's sort through that deck and find your aces. So your job right now is this, is if you're watching this on a replay or watching this on our website, is to call your support team. Be like, I finished my new agent orientation. I've got my list. I know my goals. I got my login. I know my goal is Rockstar. I want to schedule my launch party and I want your help. And make sure you schedule and get your business launched right away. So if you want to go slow, that's fine, but we got to get you off the ground right now inside of your business. So call back your support team, call your upline Royale or whatever it may be inside of your back office and let them know you're serious about earning an income and becoming a rock star inside of your first 4 weeks, so we can help you earn those double bonuses and help you earn your first promotion. Welcome to Seacret, welcome to Club Seacret, and welcome home. We'll see you guys soon.